Okay, in a special way, I want to welcome you all to this month with Fire Africa Project Company. I am Coach Ifeanyi, the convener of Inspire Africa Project Company. The vision behind this move, I've said it severally, and I'll keep saying it, is transforming Africans to transform Africa. So that is our vision, that is our intention, that is what we are running, the division we are running. So the Fire Africa Project Conference is designed to get people moving, to trigger, to ignite, to help people to achieve their dreams, to make their passion a reality, for them to move from where they are to the next level. Like I usually say, move from the back line to the front line. So that is the intention, and that is the vision behind the Fire Africa Project Conference. And today we are discussing defining your destination. Define your destination. So we are discussing vision. That's literally what we are discussing today. We are discussing vision. Define your destination. Create pathways for the future. So I usually start with a story, so let me start with a story today. One day, Charlie Brown was in his backyard having target practice with his bow and arrow. He will pull the bowstring back and let the arrow fly into a fence. Then he will go to where the arrow had landed and draw a target around it. Favorite arrows and targets later. Lucy said to Charlie Brown, "You don't have target practice that way. You draw the target, then shoot the arrow." Charlie responded, "I know that, but if you do it my way, you will never miss." Sadly, many people approach their life like Charlie Brown shoots arrows. They never draw a target, so they never miss their goal, but they never really hit one either. So many people live like Charlie Brown. Yeah, that's how they live. They don't have a destination in view. All they want to do is choose the easy way out. So like Charlie Brown responded, "I know that, but if you do it my way, you'll never miss." That's what he said. So that's how some of us live our life. And that is why we are not achieving outstanding results in our own generation. That is why we are limited. That is why we are frustrated. So if you understand it that way, you understand that anybody can be wealthy, anybody can be great, anybody can be successful. Many people want to achieve success in their life, and they want to achieve it in their own time. They want to circumvent the process and hope to succeed, and that is why they behave like Mr. Charlie Brown. So if you really want to be successful, you don't have to behave like Charlie Brown. You don't have to do that. All you have to do is to define maybe a headache before you leave your house. Very important. So let's go into the nitty-gritty of our discussion today. So to define your destination is to have a clear picture of the kind of future you desire and set goals to achieve it. Right? To define and have a clear picture of the kind of future you desire and set goals to achieve it. So defining your destination is seeing what you can be or achieve in advance. Seeing what you can be or achieve in advance. Like I always say, it is like living into the locations at the same time. You live in the present or you operate from the future. That is what it simply means. So without a destination in view, anyone can settle anywhere because you didn't define where you are headed before you leave your house. So without a destination, you are like a blind man without a guide. A businessman without a written vision and goal is like a ship without a rudder. An employee without a written vision and goal may end up as an employee for the rest of his or her life because there is no clear-cut destination in view. So taking action without a target in mind is behaving like Charlie Brown. That's what it means. Joining this great, joining a great company, establishing a business with great potential, or establishing one by yourself without a destination in view is the easiest way to remain at the back line the rest of your life. Running a business without a destination in mind is the easiest way to find yourself in the city of stagnation. So the question I have for you as we start this journey is from here to where? From here to where? Where are you headed in life? The question is, where you go in our local power? Where you go first? So answering this question will determine whether you engage in drastic pursuit for a great future or settle for less. The reason why people give excuses is because they don't have any, they didn't create consequences for themselves. There are no consequences. But the moment you say to yourself, if I fail to wake up by 5 a.m. every day to start writing a book, to create content for my products or services, or to do a particular thing, the moment you didn't say that to yourself, I guarantee you there will be consequences, and that is why people don't take their life easy. That is why they don't take things, they take things, that's why they take things easy. That was what I wanted to say. That's why they go for the easy way out. All right? If making money is a do or die vision or plan for you, you will never give excuse. The greatest tragedy in life is to wake up in the morning without knowing where you are going or what to do that day or what to do. You wake up in the morning, you don't know where you are going, you don't know what to do that day, and where you are headed in your entire life. It is a big tragedy. If you wake up tomorrow morning without knowing where you are headed, knowing what to do with Monday, every day will be the same. You know, we just crossed over into August, and a lot of people, including yourself, you prophesied that August is going to be a great month for me. But if you keep doing what you did in July, you will photocopy July and paste it in August. That is how life is structured. Life will become a burden without a vision. Vision is the fuel for exploit. Living without vision is existing without meaning. So your life will become meaningless because you're not chasing after anything meaningful in life. Vision gives you the reason for living. The reason for living. The reason for living. I usually say that vision is the fuel for enthusiasm. Vision is the fuel for speed. The best way to run fast or faster in life is to define your destination before the race starts. Vision is the factory that produces focus. So lack of focus is a byproduct of lack of vision. When vision is missing, people do whatever comes to mind at any waiting moment. That's what it is. I'm sure this has happened to you before. You wanted to do something at a particular time during the day or early in the morning, and you set an alarm. I guarantee you're not going to sleep well that night because what the alarm will keep waking you up because in your subconscious it is already registered that you set an alarm to wake at a particular period or time in the morning. The easiest way to work against yourself is to cross over to another day, another week, another month, another year, without knowing what to do with your life. You wake up, you cross over, you are dressing up in the morning, and you don't know where you are headed. You are working against yourself. Living without vision is the fastest way to become a young elder. A young elder. Life without vision equals age without change. So why do you think your age mates? I said it last month, in the last month Inspire Africa Project Conference. And one of us asked questions. I should say that some people make billions in the village. I agree with you. How many are there? So when you see a young man, 28 years old, relocate to the village and start behaving like an elder, the reason is no vision, right? So when vision is missing, people age with speed. When vision is missing, reason for living is missing. When vision is missing, reason for living is missing. So vision is a trigger for exploit. Life and time are useful with vision. So vision shows you what to do with your time. And one of the easiest ways to live a disciplined life is to define a destination for your life. Vision engenders discipline. Vision will show you what to do. Life and time will be useful. You'll maximize your time better when you create a destination for yourself. When vision is missing, people live carelessly. Endless discussion is the easiest way to spot a visionless individual. So somebody can sit with a group of people and engage in irrelevant discussion for hours. Why? The person didn't define what to do with his or her time, especially on that very day. So that is why the individual engages in unprofitable discussion for hours. The Bible says in Proverbs 29, verse 18, where there is no vision, the people are out of control. That's it. CSP said, without revelation, people run wild. Without a destination, people behave carelessly, live carelessly. People do what comes to mind per time. People can wake up now and say, let me visit my friend, let us gist. Our club played last night and they won the match. Let's go and engage in discussion. Let's gist. Why? Because there is no vision. The person is living a life of anyhowness. Anything goes. So when vision is missing, life will be full of activity. Busy without result. And I taught you, and I wrote it in my book, 14 Unbreakable Laws of Success, that there is a difference between activity and productivity. Maybe in the month of September, we're going to discuss how to be productive. Being busy is not a sign of productivity or not a sign of being productive. You can be busy from morning to night and achieve nothing. Sweating from morning to night is not a sign of productivity. A truck pusher is always busy, but his busyness does not translate to wealth. So don't tell me you are busy. What are you doing with your time? Today is Sunday. What are you planning to do tomorrow? God is going to give you 24 hours tomorrow. What will you do with it? What? When vision is missing, life will be full of activity. Activity without result. Busyness is different from productivity. When target is missing, being busy will become a lifestyle. Target is missing. Vision is missing. Goal is missing. Destination is missing. So life is now full of activities without result. You are just being busy for nothing. Being busy for nothing. So the easiest way to be productive is to streamline your activity around a goal, to streamline. All right, to tie all your activities around a particular mission, particular goal, particular destination. You tie your activities for the month of August and beyond around a particular goal. That is how to be successful.
So if somebody say making 100 million naira in 2025 or 2026, that's fantastic. That determines your actions, determines where you go, determines how long you sleep, determines how long you gist or discuss with friends. It kills some unfruitful discussion. It becomes a metric to measure your output. Why? Because you have a destination in view. You have a destination in view. So when people do not have destination, they live wild. They live a life of unfruitfulness, a life that is not profitable, a life that we amount to literally nothing. That is why a lot of people are struggling because they are trying to achieve what they didn't create, what they didn't design. They're trying to get to a destination they didn't define before they left there. So in 1971, Bruce Lee rose to stardom in China, having landed a starring role in The Big Boss, a film that will later become one of Lee's great martial art classics. Soon after that, you do the same in the States as in America, and the rest is history. Now, but what most people don't know is that 2 years before that time, on a paper dated 1969, Bruce Lee documented his major goal to become the highest paid Oriental star in America. The paper was titled, "My Definite Chief End. I, Bruce Lee, will be the first highest paid Oriental superstar in the United States. In return, I will give the most exciting performances, render the best of quality in the capacity of an actor. Starting in 1970, I will achieve world fame. From then onward till the end of 1980, I will have in my possession $10 million. I will live the way I please and achieve inner harmony and happiness." Bruce Lee, January 1969. That is how to live a life of fruitfulness. Bruce Lee passed away 4 years later, that's in 1973. But by then, he had already accomplished his goal. Bruce Lee was famous for being focused to the point of obsession with his primary goal. And living that way helped him to achieve unprecedented success before he died. So that is how to live a life of fruitfulness. So let's define vision. What is vision? So what is vision? Please write. I'll give you like 5 definitions. Number 1, vision is the craving of the soul. Vision is the craving of the soul. It is the picture that flashes through your mind. I call it the mental picture that is calling for your attention, showing you what you can do, or showing you the treasures that are domiciled in you. That is vision. The craving of the soul, the desires of your heart. And that desire is not tied around making money, not necessarily for the sake of making money. The intention is not money. The intention is you want to achieve something great that will transform the society and make positive impact in your generation. Number 2, vision is the definition of life's destination. The definition of life's destination. So the question is, where are you headed? From here to where? What will you like to have by year 2045? What will you like to do by 2045? Where are you headed to? So in the next 40 years, where do you hope to be in life? What do you hope to do in life? What do you want to achieve in life? So moving without a destination in mind is practicing madness in advance. Practicing madness in advance. So if you doubt me, just pay attention to my people. I'm not mocking them. That's the reality about their lives. So that's why we are praying that God will heal them. That's why we are also praying that the psychiatrists and the doctors in charge of people with that condition will help them to be normal again. But when you don't, if you do not have plan for your life, you don't have destination in mind, you will simply be walking around without a destination in view. Very important to understand. Number 3, vision is the mental picture of an expected future. There is a picture in your mind showing you where you can go, what you can do, what you can achieve, what you can make happen, the kind of business you can grow. Expectation is tough. I taught us some time ago the law of expectation. I remember I taught you that several. The law of expectation. Okay? Whatever you expect with confidence will become your own self-fulfilling prophecy. So on a daily basis, we prophesy to ourselves. How do we do that? By simply expecting something. And whatever you expect, you will see. That is how life is wired. Okay? I remember a lady that visited a cancer patient in the hospital. And after that, she developed fear for cancer. And they nursed that fear for a very long time, knowing that fear is a thought. And she woke up one morning and discovered that she's now a cancer patient. And I'm sure God healed her. So whatever you think about consistently, whatever you expect, will become your own self-fulfilling prophecy. So on a daily basis, you and I are prophesying into our lives. We are prophesying into our future through the things we are expecting to happen and the things we believe will happen in our life. Number 4. Vision is a clear definition of a better destination. A clear definition of a better destination. When Lot and Abraham separated, the Bible showed us something great in Genesis chapter 13, 14 to 17. We're trying to deal with the distraction. That's why I usually ask us, please, Lord, I want you to join me so that before I start, you would have been here. A lot of distractions. Somebody showing us a video. Please, Mr. Daniel, can you move your video, please? Thank you. So in Genesis 13 from verse 14, the Bible said the following. After Lot had gone, the Lord said to Abraham, look as far as you can see in every direction, north and south, east and west. I am giving all this land as far as you can see to you and your descendants as a permanent position. Verse 16, and I will give you so many descendants that, like the dust of the earth, they cannot be counted. Look at verse 17. Go and walk through the land in every direction, for I am giving it to you. God said to Abraham, lift up your eyes and look from where you are. The journey to the top, the journey to the next level, the pursuit of vision starts from standing or sitting wherever you are in life currently, and then look into the future with the eyes of the mind and predict how far you can go. If you focus on the present condition, you will miss future opportunity. In other words, do not allow your present condition to condition your entire life. That's what I'm trying to say. Abraham, you're now, you may not have all you need now. Your present circumstances cannot define how far you can go. So Abraham painted the picture of the kind of future you desire, and I will make sure I take you there. So one of the reasons why people are frustrated, a lot of people give up in life, is because they are not aspiring to achieve anything. All right? People are depressed, some are planning to commit suicide. It is a product of hopelessness. You are not aspiring to do anything, achieve anything, make anything happen. And that is why you are currently hopeless. How much you have, the amount of money you have, cannot stop you from dreaming, cannot stop you from defining how far you want to travel in life. That is how it is. You may be poor currently, but through the lenses of the eyes of the mind, you are seeing how wealthy you can be. Look at this story here. I've shared this severally. Jim Carrey was a struggling comedy actor. So in 1985, Jim made an audacious decision. He wrote himself a $10 million check, and then he stated what that check was meant for acting services rendered. Dated it 10 years in the future and kept it in his wallet. That's how to dream. That's how to create a master plan for your life. That is how to define your destination. So he wrote that check for himself. Dated it 10 years till 1985. And he said the check is for acting service. Look at what happened. 10 years later, in November 1995, life caught up with ambition. Carrey landed a role in Dumb and Dumber, and they paid him exactly $10 million. So that is what we're discussing, define your destination, or defining your destination, creating a master plan for your life so that nothing can take you by surprise. That check was in his wallet for 10 years, and it ended up becoming a reality. Number 5, vision is creating a better future through your mind. The real mind and not this optical eye. These eyes you're using now to follow this trend. The real eye is the eye of the mind. The eye that can see what these eyes cannot see. That is the real eye. So it is creating a better future for yourself through the lenses of the eye or eyes of the mind. When God said to Abraham, lift up your eyes and look, it wasn't through these eyes, but the eyes of the mind. So let's look at how to define or design your future. How to design a fantastic future for yourself. Number 1, write down your vision. So take a sheet of paper, everybody, wherever you are. I want you to hold a pen and a paper wherever you are, because you have a serious assignment now. I'm not just teaching you, I want you to practice it. Or your device, whatever you have, open up something where you're going to write. So write at the top, write down my vision. So write it at the top of the sheet of paper or your device. Now, the difference between vision and goal is that vision is long-term, goal is short-term. Vision is long-term, that is vision. Goal is short-term. Please, can you all mute yourself? Short-term, very important. Now, vision statements of different companies. Vision statements of different companies. Very good. Let's look at them. Amazon to be Earth's most customer-centric company. Earth's most customer-centric company. That is Amazon. Another company, Apple, to inspire the world with our innovative technologies, products, and design. That is their vision statement. What about Google? To provide access to the world's information in one click. That is Google's vision. Very important. Now the question is, what is your own vision? What is your vision? What is your vision for the future? Where are you going? Where are you headed? Somebody can say, my vision for the next 20 years, let's call it financial vision, is to generate or to make 20 billion naira, $1 million, $1 billion, or 50 million naira, or 5 million naira, or $500,000. So write the vision down and then give it a deadline. So we are in August 2025. You can now say August 2025 to July 2030. or whatever year you decide to write it. Write down a vision with the devil. Why? Because the act of writing forces you to think and concentrate. Forces you to choose.
Mommy.
So the act of writing forces you to think and concentrate. It forces you to choose what is more important to you and your future. That is why I encourage people to write all the time. When you write something down, you impress it into your subconscious, impress it into yourself to start looking for solutions or what to do to achieve that thing you wrote down. Very important. Okay? To write it down. Now, you can also break that vision down. Let's assume that your vision is 2025 to 2035, 10 years, and the vision is to generate or to own or to make 1 billion naira or $10 million. All you have to do is to break it down by, let's take 10 years now, right? So $1 million per year. Fantastic. If it's 1 billion naira, you break it down by 10 years. I want to achieve XYZ amount of money every year. That will make it easy instead of you trying to achieve all at the same time. When you break it down to goal, that's why I say there's a difference between vision and goal. Vision is the destination. Goals are the pathways to reach it, right? So you say to yourself, my vision is to achieve whatever it is, break it down to a particular number of years. In fact, as you go on, you're going to see that you can even break it down further to days, to weeks, to months, and then break it down further and further and further. So that is how this thing works. There is no magic about it. It's just that people don't pay attention. That is why it seems as if achieving your vision is difficult. Whatever figure you write for yourself can be achieved by you if you give it all it takes. Are you following me? I'm sure you are following me, okay? So let's move on. Number 2, set goals to achieve it. Set goals to achieve it. So after writing it down, the next thing you must do is to set goals to achieve the vision, right? Engage in what I call 20 idea method. A 20 idea method is taking time on that sheet of paper or your device. Write 20 ways to generate that particular amount of money for this vision. So at the top of the sheet of paper, you said, my 10-year vision or 10-year financial vision is to generate 1 million naira, 100 million naira, $500 billion, whatever figure you think you can generate. So you write it at the top of the sheet of paper and write today's date. And write today's date equal. And the next thing you should do is to now spend the next 48 to 72 hours writing 20 things you think you can do to generate that vision. So write down 20 things you will do to generate the amount of money you say you want to make within that time frame. The first 3 to 5 answers will be easy. The rest will be hard. So discipline yourself to complete it. Success requires brainstorming. So if you say you want to make 10 million naira monthly, write the 20 things you will do to make it monthly. Right? You may not implement all, but at least you have a list of what to do to achieve whatever you want to achieve. That is why it is imperative that you do that. So somebody can say, I want to generate 10 billion naira, 1 billion naira, $10,000, $50,000, $1 million between 2025 to 2035. That's fantastic. Now tell me, what are the ways? What will you do? What steps will you take to achieve the $10 million, the $5 million, the 1 million naira, whatever figure you wrote on your page? So you can do many things. Learn copywriting, learn a new skill, establish a cleaning company to generate XYZ amount of money every week, every month, every year. Learn online marketing, sell hair extensions, sell wristwatches, sell clothes, because you are doing all this to arrive at a particular figure within the next 24 hours, 168 hours, that is in 7 days, and then in 1 month, in 1 year, in 10 years, you arrive at a particular result. And I can tell you that I've done this for years, and it works like magic. Not that the things you are writing down now we achieve itself, but the good thing about it is that when you do things like this, it will be easier for you to generate ideas for achievement. That's the reason why I'm encouraging you to do it. I share this story almost all the time. Harvard Business School research. Now look at what happened here. In 1979, the graduates of the MBA program at Harvard were asked, have you set clear written goals for your future and make plans to accomplish them? That was the question. Look at the result or the answer. It turned out that only 3% of the graduates had written goals and plans. 13% had goals, but they were not in writing. Fully 84% had no specific goals at all, aside from getting out of school and enjoying the sun. That was in 1979. Now let's move forward to 1989. 10 years later, in 1989, the researchers interviewed the members of that class again. They found that 13% who had goals that were not in writing were earning on average twice as much as the 84% of the students who had no goals at all. But most surprisingly, they found that the 3% of graduates who had clear written goals when they left Harvard were earning on average 10 times as much as the other 97% of graduates altogether. The only difference between the groups was the clarity of the goals they had for themselves when they graduated from university. So if you don't have a picture of the future you want to make happen, it will be difficult for you to achieve something outstanding in your life. In other words, don't just exist. Live for a reason. Live for a mission. Let there be a target you want to hit. Let there be goals you want to score. Very important, okay? So when you write the 20 things I told you to write, the next thing you do is organize your list in a sequence. So what should I do first, second, third? What should I do in September, October, November? What should I do in December, January, April, January, February, March, let's say August 2026, maybe December 2027? What should I do? These 20 things I wrote for myself, which one should I start with first? So it's very important that you work with this strategy because it's going to help you to achieve whatever you want to achieve. A list of activities organized by sequence requires that you decide what you need to do first, what you need to do second, and what you need to do later on. You cannot act on the 20 things you say they're going to do to achieve that particular figure. It's not possible. So you can't do all at the same time. You need to start from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the rest. That is how to do it. And it's not difficult. After doing that, you take action immediately. Step out. Do something immediately to make it a reality. Take the first step and then the second and so on. Get going, step out, move fast. Don't delay. Don't plan forever. Act. Like I said in the last month conference, I said, you don't have to be perfect. Perfection is not better than consistency. Consistency is better. So I prefer consistency to perfection. Some people want to be perfect. It's not possible. Learn how to be consistent at time, how to do one thing well, how to do second thing well, and so on and so forth. It's very, very vital and very, 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 very important. The difference between successes and failures in life is simply that winners take the first step, but others are planning and keep planning the rest of their lives, okay? Do something every day that moves you closer to that your vision. Something you should be doing daily that will take you closer to that vision in order to make it a reality. Number 3, set 10x goal. So this time around, I'm not just talking about you setting goal for the sake of it, or for you to just write anything as your vision. That vision you just documented, you wrote down a few minutes ago, we want to make it 10 times. So in other words, if you wrote and say that what you wrote on the paper, maybe you say achieving 10 million naira, 2025 to 2036. We want to make it 10x now. So instead of 10 million naira, we are going for 100 million naira because it is possible. Although I've always emphasized that you must set goals that are commensurate with your current capacity, but I have discovered that if your goals are too small, chasing after it will be difficult. In fact, you will lose interest on it any moment from now. So what should we do? The 10x rule says that you should set targets for yourself that are 10 times greater than what you believe you can achieve. So if you said you believe you can achieve 10 million naira in 10 years, then 10xing that goal simply means you can achieve 100 million naira at the end of the next 10 years. You should take actions that are 10 times greater than what you believe are necessary to achieve your goal. That is the idea. So the biggest mistake most people make in life is setting goals that are not high enough. Taking massive action is the only way to fulfill your true potential. Operating at activity levels far beyond the normal things you wanted to do or you always do for yourself is 10x action. And then when you execute it, you will achieve massive and bigger results. So set targets that are 10 times the goals you would have ever dreamed of. You say your vision and your goal is 10 million naira in 10 years. Now you can achieve multiple of it. So we're talking about 10 times of that goal, which is 10 million multiplied by 10, 100 million naira. Limiting the amount of success you desire is a violation of the 10x rule. So the 10x rule simply says, let me repeat what I just said. You must set targets for yourself that are 10 times more than what you think you want, and then take 10 times the action you think is required to get there. So your thoughts and actions are the reason why you think you can only achieve what you say you can achieve. What I discovered is that when you start aspiring to do something bigger than your capacity, you will land on something bigger than you thought you could achieve. So in order to go further than you ever thought possible, you must both think and act at levels 10 times beyond, Let me show you this, it will help you. How does 10x goal setting or vision lead to better outcome? Look at these 6 things. First, it will force you to think big. When you say, I want to achieve 100 million naira instead of 10 million naira in the next 10 years, you will start thinking big, right? Instead of trying to achieve a particular amount of money monthly, you increase it now. And then when you do that, you begin to generate ideas, solutions, strategies on what to do to make it a reality. So 10x goal setting encourages individuals to think beyond their comfort zones and dream big. That is it. It challenges conventional thinking and pushes people to consider what they truly desire, irrespective of the limitation. Sometimes we think we don't have what it takes to be great until you push yourself. I've shared this story with you several in this conference. That I had this story from a man of God that I respect so much. He said that a man who lived close to a cemetery attended a party and then got drunk. While returning at the middle of the night, he forgot that he lived close to the cemetery. And then while staggering, he didn't know they dug a fresh grave in that cemetery. So he fell into the grave. He did all he could to come out of the grave, but he couldn't. He shouted, screamed. It was at the middle of the night, so everybody was asleep. So at a point, he resigned to faith and said, well, maybe in the morning I'll start shouting, somebody may come to my rescue. But while he was planning to lie down and sleep, ladies and gentlemen, a strange hand touched him from the back. He found himself out of the grave. Sharp. He got out of the grave immediately. Why did he, what was the reason behind planning to sleep in that grave in the first place? There was no reason at all. There was no reason to aspire to jump out of the grave in the first place. And that was why he aspired or planned to stay there, waiting for people to resume in the morning so that somebody will help him to come out of the grave. But by the time a strange hand touched him at the back, he jumped out of the grave. Now there is a reason to get out of the grave. So when you set tennis goal for yourself, you have a reason to achieve bigger things in life. That is what I'm trying to say. By setting audacious goals, individuals will stretch their potential and tap into previously untapped capabilities. They are not aware of it, but now they are aware. Right? So that is the idea behind the 10x rule. When you set goals that are bigger than your current self, you will see yourself achieving something bigger, massive, greater at the end of it. Very important. So the second thing that will happen is that it will form motivation. You'll be motivated. When you have a 10x goal, you'll be motivated by force. By force and by fire. Setting ambitious goals fuel motivation. Right? So when you aim for something 10 times bigger than your current capacity, you'll be motivated to do something extraordinary. The sheer magnitude of the goal ignites a passion and determination that will propel you forward, even in the face of adversity, obstacles, and challenges. That is what we have. Right? Thirdly, C, it will expand your vision. 10x goal setting will force you to have bigger vision and make you believe in possibility. I guarantee you, I understand this. From my personal experience, from my experiences, I know that. You will break free from self-imposed limitations by challenging yourself to think beyond incremental improvement. We will take it one step after the other. That's what we usually say. We'll do it gradually. Don't worry for now. Let's just try. Gradually, we'll get there. This new perspective opens possibilities and encourages you to explore innovative solutions and unconventional approaches. And before you see yourself, you'll start achieving something bigger than you thought you could achieve. D, 10x goal will help you to increase productivity. You'll be productive by force. The pursuit of 10x goals demands a higher level of focus and productivity. When you set ambitious targets, optimizing your time and resources to achieve them becomes essential. So it will lead to a better planning, a better daily schedule. You will start knowing what to do at every time, at every waking moment. You are no longer guessing, no longer guesswork, because you know what to do at every waking moment, at every moment during the day. Whether you're at the place of work, running your business, whatever you do, you know what to do, because now there's something bigger and better to achieve for yourself and for your family. Next, E, it will enhance creativity. When you have a big target, like the man in the grave, who didn't believe he could come out of it without anybody's assistance. By the time he saw that a strange hand touched him at the back, now creativity to come out of the grave showed up. So it will enhance creativity. Ambitious goals require innovative solutions. And you start thinking creatively, exploring new approaches, looking for new ways to achieve that goal. And it will stimulate problem-solving creativity and abilities and encourage you to break free from conventional thinking. Conventional thinking is, let's just do it like that. Like in a local balance. It's good like that, make it do it like that. It doesn't matter. Finding unique solutions strengthens your creativity because there is something bigger to achieve. So you see yourself aspiring to do something bigger and greater for your life and for yourself. So it will enhance creativity. Next, it will make you to be rugged, to be strong, to be fearless, to be audacious. Tennis goal setting nurtures resilience and mental toughness. The pursuit of audacious goals demands perseverance in the face of adversity. You will see yourself fighting Goliaths and defeating them. Through setbacks and challenges, you develop the strength needed to weather the storm and stay focused on your objectives until they become realities. So one of the reasons why it seems as if great achievers, billionaires, influential people are rugged is because they all through their life they have been fighting Goliaths, facing mountains, facing giants. So by fighting these obstacles, they became tough, became fearless. And that is why they are planning to do greater things in life. Right? And then G, you will witness rapid progress. If you have a 10S goal, there is no reason why you wouldn't have massive results in your life. Right? You will witness rapid growth. You'll see massive achievement, greater achievement. You will achieve what you never envisioned or thought you to achieve, because now there is a reason to do bigger things in life. There is nothing wrong with you having a vulcanizer spot on the road where your total income in a day is 6,000 naira. There is nothing wrong with that. But I'm saying today that you can do bigger things. You have the capacity, the potential, the creativity, the ability to do something bigger than you are currently doing. Where you are now is not the best position for you. You can achieve bigger results if only you can set 10x goal for yourself, massive vision for yourself, and push yourself until you achieve that result. I guarantee you will see. I tell you, you will. And it's very important. So how to set 10x goal? How do we do that? What steps should we take? It's very simple. All you need to do is to make the goal times 10. So 10x goal simply means times 10. An individual who believes he can make 10 million naira in 1 year can make 100 million naira if he stretches himself, stretches his thinking, stretches his belief, stretches his expectation, and begin to work on himself to develop himself. He will achieve multiple of that goal. One important factor I discovered is that anybody can be wealthy, anybody can be great. But many people will never be wealthy because their thoughts and expectations are too small, too little, so tiny. Their prayer points are so little. The God who created heaven and earth and everything in it, you go before him and say, Lord, change my Okada, change my motorcycle. Lord, I've lived in this one room for 10 years. I need another one room apartment. You are limiting what God can do. In your mind, you think God cannot give you a whole estate owned by yourself. Estate comprising 10,000 houses. But because you are aspiring for little results, you will never see yourself achieve bigger things in life. Very important. When I ask you to write your vision and your goal, why did you choose the amount you wrote down? Why did you choose that amount? Why did you say 10 million naira in 10 years? Why did you say 100 million naira in 10 years? Why didn't you say $10 billion? Why are you afraid of the figure? All right? That is why we need to expand our perspectives about life and see possibilities and the things that we can make happen. Secondly, to achieve bigger goals, you must stretch yourself. What I'm teaching you today is not a conventional thought or idea. Because doing what I'm teaching you today, first of all, will take you away from your friends. Your childhood friends won't see you again for the next 10 years because you'll be very scared. Because the 10x goal, the vision, will take you away from your neighborhood, will make you to be busy, make you to travel from January to December, Because now there is something bigger you are aspiring to achieve. So some people don't like listening to a training like this because the training challenges their smallness. And the moment they hear things like this, they will start fighting it in this economy, in this Nigeria. And somebody achieve this in this kind of place. You start limiting yourself. All right? It's very important to stretch yourself because you can do something big. One secret I learned a few years back is that to grow wealth, you must take steps that will make you uncomfortable. Steps that will make you lose all your money. I'm telling you. Let me give an example. A simple example. Okay, I've already shared this with you, one of the conferences. That if you pay a rent of 2 million naira annually, for example, you can never be lazy. You'll be cured of your laziness quick. Right? The moment you start paying rent of 3 million naira annually, you can't be lazy again. You wake up very early in the morning because you know 3 million naira is waiting for you. Within the next 12 months, landlord will knock on your door. So because of that, you hustle. But if your rent is 150,000 naira, 50,000 naira, 300,000 naira, you may sleep for 6 months, wake up and pay your rent. It's not challenging enough. Very important. Next. If you 10x your steps, you will achieve that 10x goal. You will achieve that goal 10 times. So 10x goal requires 10x capacity. It requires 10x effort. It requires 10x steps. So what you wanted to do before is now times 10. So whatever steps you wanted to take before is now times 10. Times 10. Times 10. So let's move on. Number 4, break down your goals into daily and weekly results. Break down your goal or your vision. Okay, your vision is now your goal. Break it down into daily and weekly results. Let me give an example. If your financial goal is 50 million naira, divided by 365 days, that's 137,000 naira per day. If yours is 100 million naira, your daily target should be 274,000 naira. If yours is 10 million naira for a year, and using 12 months in this analysis, then you must make 28,000 naira daily. So when you break your vision down to goals, then break it further down to hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, and annually, it will show you what you must do to hit your goal. So the question is, why daily? Because what your future will be is predicated on your daily activity. You don't have a future, actually. What you have is just 24 hours. What you do within the next 24 hours will determine what your 2045 will look like. If your financial goal is 200 million naira and you fail to generate 548,000 naira daily, hitting that goal will be far-fetched. It's very difficult. That's why you need to break down every goal, every vision, every target to hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, and then annual. That way you can achieve it. So the secret of your future is hidden in your daily routine. I learned that from the great Dr. Mike Muda. What your future will be is predicated on what you are doing within every 24 hours. What you do every 24 hours. If you fail to generate the result daily, you will not generate it annually. Swing into action immediately, my good friend, having in mind that achieving your financial goal is predicated on your daily and weekly activities and weekly goals at large. So your future results are predicated on your daily activity. So every year, God gives us a gift. That gift is called 365 days, 8,760 hours, 525,600 minutes, 31,536,000 seconds. We are given to us in 2025 by God free of charge. You didn't pay for it. It was given to you for free. Right? The results you will generate within the next 365 days are hidden in this number: 365 days, 8,760 hours, 525,600 minutes, 31,536,000 seconds. Whatever you be in the next 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, are hidden in what you're doing every 24 hours. So the only way to achieve your annual goal is to achieve your daily goal. If you fail daily, you fail annually, you sleep by 10 to 8, like the picture you're looking at, I guarantee you will never achieve that goal at the end of the year. So you can predict your future by simply paying attention to what you do every 24 hours. If you get your 24 hours right, you will get your entire life right. Your greatness is buried in 24 hours. Your billions of dollars are buried in 24 hours. If you fail in 24 hours, you fail in life. Because saying I have a great future sounds nice, but that your future is hidden in today. All right? We are in today. Then we are saying tomorrow. You get to that tomorrow, you call it today. All we have is today, 24 hours. If you engage in activities that are contrary to your financial goal, you will never achieve it. What you do from January 1st all through to December 31st will determine what you will achieve in your lifetime. So saying you have a great future is great, awesome, but make sure you have great 24 hours. Don't tell me you woke up this morning and don't feel like getting out of your house to go and make sales, to go and market your products, to go for that deal, to go for that contract, to open your office, to open your shop, to look for customers, to market on the internet. If you say that, you are programming yourself for failure. Get out of that house and do something meaningful with your life. So, like I said to myself all the time, I will stand before a mirror. Ifeanyi, you are happy, act daily. You are sad, take action. Someone offended you, Ifeanyi, take action. Ifeanyi, you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, it doesn't matter. Act, take action, get up, get out, get moving, do something meaningful in your life because you're getting older by the day. So if you woke up from the wrong side of the bed, like people usually say, get out and do something. Your wife or husband offended you, act. Your husband offended you, act. Your wife offended you, do something with your life. You are not happy, do something. You are happy, do something. You are sad, take action. You are happy, take action. Somebody insulted you, keep moving. Somebody say you are crazy, tell the person I'm not crazy, keep moving. Never allow anything to stop you on moving. Never. Number 5, 10x your capacity. So if you have 10x goal, you need 10x capacity. To achieve what you have never achieved, you must become the person you have never been. The current you must be 10x for you to achieve 10x result. 10x yourself, 10x your result. New results require new ways of thinking, new ways of living, new relationships, new vision, new goal, new mentality, new expectation, new belief system. The current you must be 10x if you want 10x result. So in my book, Increasing Your Capacity for Exploit, I shared an analysis there. I said in that book that the depth of your capacity will determine the height of your accomplishment. A 75 cl bottle may pray and fast for 40 days, praying for 30 liters breakthrough. He will never receive it, not because God is wicked or God doesn't want to answer his or her prayer. The problem is that the individual does not have the capacity to receive what God is releasing. God released it, the person didn't have the capacity to receive it. That was what happened. So 10x results requires 10x your capacity, or 10 times of your present capacity. That's what I'm talking about. So you must 10x yourself to 10x your result. 10x result requires 10x capacity. If your current capacity is 5x, you cannot achieve 10x. To do 10 times of what you have never done, you need 10 times capacity. to carry a 50 kg bag of cement and call an ant and say, Mr. Ant, please, can you carry this cement and move it into that warehouse? The moment you drop it on the ant, it dies because the cement or the load is an overload. So that's what it is. So the current you must be 10x before you can 10x your result. The capacity that generated 50 million naira cannot generate 5 billion naira. The kind of mindset that generated 50 million naira cannot generate 50 billion naira. So read books. In this conference, I've showed you several, I've showed you many books. Come and buy a book. You are too stingy to read. You think you are doing me. Not be me, they do yourself. Right? Buy books, go to bookstores. In fact, don't even buy my books. Go to the bookstore, buy books, read. Stop looking for free PDF. Anytime you download somebody's book for free, you are stealing from that person. Go and buy the book. Buy it on Amazon. Download it. Buy it inside in bookstores. Read the books. Attend 5 seminars and conferences in your industry. Pay a coach like Coach Ifeanyi to coach you, to train you, to prepare you for the next level. Very important. So if you listen to this and then go back and keep doing what you have always done, it is not my fault. Not my fault at all. You know, I'll never forget the story. I won't mention her name. After speaking in the church, you know, the lady came to the car and said to me that her brother read my book, 15 Laws of Money, and his life changed. That's what she said. She said, my brother's life changed. He started speaking from a different perspective. Her brother said, I'm going to break the poverty cycle in this family. And he's currently doing it. Just by one book, by one insight, his life changed. Right? Number 6, focus. Right? Stay focused to that goal. Stay focused to your dream. Don't allow anything to move you out of that goal, out of that dream, out of that vision. Stay with it. No matter the distraction. Stay there. Keep fighting your way to the top. Focus is single-mindedness. Focus is channeling your efforts on one thing per time. Focus is refusing to be swayed by temporary action. Focus is accomplishing the most rewarding task per time. Focus is saying no to alternatives. Focus will help you to major in the major, not in the minor. Because the minor is very easy, you won't stretch yourself to achieve it. Many of us major in the minor. We major in the minor on daily basis. But focus will help you to major in the major, not in the minor. Focus will help you to stay away from unproductive activities. Focusing on what matters will help you to stay away from things that does not matter. Focus will help you to stay far away from loafers so that you not end up as a loaf of bread. Focus will help you to achieve success fast. Focus will take you away from these 5 states of people: time wasters, dream stealers, energy dissipators, discussion experts. By 7 o'clock in the morning, they knock on your door. Oh boy, do you know what happened yesterday? Before you know it, the person just stole 5 hours from your 24 hours given to you by God. Now you don't have 24 hours again. 5 hours gone, remaining 19 hours. If you now add how many hours you spent on your bed, sleeping at night, how many hours you start watching the television, and then watching videos on your devices. Maybe at the end of that 24 hours, all you maximized was 2 hours. So that is why people are poor, and they're wondering, why am I poor? Any spirit that's saying I cannot succeed, die. You are the spirit. I'm telling you now. How did you manage yesterday? Today is August 3, 2025. How did you manage the last 7 months? What did you do with 7 months, my friend? If you check what you do daily, You will see the demons that are chasing you at night. Those demons that village, you know the village people, like you say in a local balance, village people that have been chasing you for years, you shall see them when you check how you manage 24 hours. You see them. Many people dissipate energy, their energy in different things, waste their energies in different things. And at the end of the day, they achieve nothing. Great achievers are known for one thing. Mark Zuckerberg, social media. Warren Buffett, investment. Donald Trump, real estate. Michael Jordan, sports or basketball. Oprah Winfrey, talk show. Michael Phelps, swimming. Tiger Woods, golf. Rico Dangote, commodity business. Tommy Lumelu, finance. Chimamanda Adichie, fiction writer or fiction novel. You, what are you known? For years, I fought against people that want to take me away from my vision because they didn't understand me. They didn't understand where I was going to. So they thought I was crazy. Oh boy, you're a minister of God. Why are you teaching finance? Why are you talking about business? You should be on the mountain fasting and praying. Who told you that I don't fast and pray? Who told you I don't pray? All right? We have different assignments from God. The other day, somebody chatted me. Saw something I posted and said, hey, you no longer preach the gospel. I said, okay, I will have won more souls than you through my books. People have become pastors by reading my book. People have given their lives to Jesus by reading my book. Meanwhile, the books are not even religious books, finance, business, but by reading it because the writer is a spiritual man, a servant of God. You read it, you contact Jesus in the books. People just wake up and talk nonsense. And some of you young people will listen to them and throw away your vision because somebody said, stay there. As long as you're not stealing, you're not defrauding people, you're not manipulating anybody, you are doing it legally, stay there. Keep doing it. To be productive this year and beyond, have singleness of mind. If you want to be a salesperson, be a salesperson. If you want to be an engineer, be an engineer. If you want to be an investor, be an investor. Not today, investor. Tomorrow, fashion designer. 6 months' time, mechanic. In 1 year time, network marketer. You are dilly-dallying. That's not how to live a profitable life. Be steadfast, my friend. Be unmovable, stay there. Be consistent. Be focused. Be audacious. Be tenacious. Be rugged. One thing per time. One thing per time. Be singing it like a song. I sing it to myself all the time. Ifeanyi, one thing per time. Ifeanyi, one thing, one, not two. One thing per time. I know you can multitask. You can. You can multitask. That's fantastic. But I'm begging you today, learn how to stay with that goal until you score it. If you don't have a goal at all, how can you score a goal? Right? It's very important. So be steadfast, my friend. Don't allow every wind that shows up in your city to drive you away from your goal. Stay there. I've stayed with mine for close to 30 years now. I refuse. People have pushed me. I stood my ground. I move nowhere. I go nowhere. I day my day. I full ground. Nothing happened. And they left me. All of them now. Nobody bothers to disturb me again. But then they know say this one, no matter what you say, he's not changing his mind. Not today, not tomorrow. Because I know what God told me. I know the assignment he gave me to do. I know my mission on the face of the earth. I'm not dilly-dallying. I'm not doing guesswork. I'm not guessing. I'm not thinking. I know my assignment on the earth. And if you follow me on social media, you know this is Ifeanyi's assignment. And it's clearly stated there. I know where they go. In conclusion, my good friend. In conclusion, do this. Remember this, my friend. Time cannot be stopped. Time cannot be stopped. Time can never be recovered. Time cannot stop for you. You can't say, the time is running so fast. You go and stop it. It's not possible. Time cannot be manipulated. Like Nigerian politicians, they can't manipulate time. Time will keep flying whether you use it wisely or not. Knowing what to do with time will help you to be successful in life. Knowing how to manage time will help you to maximize time. Since time is always on the move with it, with a plan. As time moves from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., do something productive. Because you never recover that time the rest of your life. It is gone and it's gone forever. That's it. What you are doing right now will determine what you will become in life. Your daily activities, your daily, hourly, and minute activities are the bricks that construct your future. They are currently constructing your future. That's how life is wired. We don't actually have future. We have this minute. We have 24 hours. That's what we have. Right? So what you do this minute will determine what you will become in the next minute. What we do daily will determine what we will become in this life. That is how life is wired. Your future is hidden in your daily activities. We create our own future through what we do daily. What you are doing now will determine what your future will look like. Of course, if you smoke cigarettes every day, maybe a pack of cigarettes every day, you already know the future of your lungs. That's how life is wired. That means now is the most important day, most important moment of your life. Maximize it. Use it with all your mind. Fight distraction. Stay with it. No matter what is coming your way, say no. No, no, no. I go nowhere. I day my day. If you know, I can come up for road. That is how this thing works. So, my good friend, you can be anything you want to be. All you need is for you to define where you are headed. Right? Don't be like somebody who wakes up in the morning, stop a taxi, board the taxi, and tell the driver, move. The driver asks the man, where are you going? He said, keep moving. The point is, the taxi driver got tired and said, get out of my car. All right? For you to board my taxi, you must define your destination. That determines how much I will charge. That is how life is wired. Don't live randomly. Don't do what comes to mind per time. Have a strategy. Have a plan. Have a goal. Design it. This is where I'm going in the next 20 years. If Jesus Christ tarries, I'm going to achieve this. I will achieve that. I will make this happen. This is what I will do with my life. Maybe now you don't like your weight. You are beginning to get fat because you eat anything you see. And you say to yourself, I must exercise for 1 hour every morning. That way you burn the fat so that you can be fit and healthy. So don't just exist. Live a life, and a life that has meaning. Not just existing for the sake of it. Live a meaningful life. Right? So that is the essence of Inspire Africa Project Conference. Live a life that while lying on your deathbed, you will say, like St. Paul, I fought a great fight. Finished my race. I did well. By looking at my scorecard, I did my best. I did not exist. I lived. And I made impact in my generation. One of the reasons why I push people like this is your assignment on earth is designed to help not just you, but to help others. See you now. You are connected to this conference. The assignment God gave me is now rubbing off on you. That is how life is wired. Right? If God called you to be a pastor, you start a ministry, and then you have 10,000 members. By answering the call and fulfilling your assignment, you are affecting 10,000 people positively. Right? Maybe God asks you to become a manufacturer, and you start. When you start manufacturing, your products and services will add value to our lives. So that's why I keep pushing people to live a meaningful life. Right? So that we can stop existing and start living. That is how life is wired. The day you die, on your funeral, what do you think people will say? Right? Just gaze. What will they say about you? Here lies a man who just lived, who just existed and died. So I conclude, I usually say that if you show up on the face of the earth and die without impacting your generation. There is no difference between you and the baby that died at birth, or a baby that died in the womb. There's no difference. Who showed up and disappeared without impact, without touching life. That's not how to live, my friend. But when you read Hebrews chapter 11, you read the stories of men and women who made impact, did great exploits in their generation. Do likewise, my friend. So today, I want you to, the simple assignment is this. I've already given you the assignment. Take a sheet of paper on your device. On top, you write, my financial vision, right? You write, let's start with financial vision. You can also have vision in different other areas of life, like your business, your career, my career vision, my business vision, whatever it is, family vision. But let's start with financial vision. My financial vision. You write a figure, whatever figure you want to achieve. Then you write a deadline, August 2025 to whatever time, maybe 2035, maybe 2030, maybe 2042, 2045, 2065. So you write it. Then after writing it, you now write for me what I taught you. 20 things you will do to achieve that thing within the next 10 years, within the next 20 years. You write it down for me. These are the things that we do within the next 10 years to achieve this vision. Then after doing that, take your time. You can do it within the next 7 days. There is no hurry. Don't be in a hurry. Just make sure that whatever you're writing makes sense. So after writing it, the next step is, which one will I do first? Right? So number one, that's why I tell people, after writing the 20 ideas, you can reorganize it. Number 20 can be number 1. Number 8 can be 2. Number 15 can be 4. So which one should I do first? You put another sheet of paper on your device, and then you write, number 18 is number 1. Number 20 is number 2. Number 12 is number 3. So you now write it sequentially. What to do first, what to do second, what to do third. When you encounter challenges, I have already told you that failure is the pathway to the top. So failure is guaranteed, right? Every great man, great women, and great men, they failed severally, but they refused to stay there. They got up and kept moving. So that's it. You encounter challenges. You will need capital. You will need many things. Just keep doing it. Do something daily that takes you closer to 2045. And one of the things I discovered is that vision will keep you alive for a long time. Vision will keep you awake at night. Vision will keep you alive. You will refuse to die. I guarantee you. Many people refuse to die because they had a vision. I shared a story I wrote in my book, Wonders of Faith. A woman was diagnosed, and they discovered that she had cancer. And the husband just died. And they had a boy. All right? And when doctor said, Madam, you're going to die in the next few months from now, the woman said, I won't die. My husband is dead. I will be alive till my son graduates from college. She had all manner of crises for over 10, 15 years, and she refused to die. Until the son graduated, a few weeks later, she died. So you can even postpone death if you have vision. You say to yourself, why should I die now? When I have a vision to build a factory that will employ 500,000 people, I can't die now. Sickness out of my body. I have a mission, I have a vision, I have a goal, I have a target. So you say to yourself, death, you can't knock on this door. Get out of my house. Because you have a destination in mind. Haven't you discovered that when people retire, they die? They die. They start aging. That's why you look younger than your age mates that retired in the village. So when people retire, they get old. I watched a video. President Donald Trump said it the other day. His friend that retired and started aging. So when there is no vision, people get old faster. People age with speed. So my friends, I'm sure you have learned 1 or 2 things today that will help you to achieve outstanding results for yourself. I remain the convener of Inspire Africa Project Conference. My name is Coach Ifeanyi. Follow me on all social media platforms at Coach Ifeanyi. Coach Ifeanyi, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, everywhere, X. Follow me on YouTube because I have many videos there. I may post this video here also. So follow me there. And then go to ifeanyi.com. For those of you who are looking for materials that can help you to succeed, I have close to 200 articles on ifeanyi.com. Go there and read. It's free of charge. So I love you all. I will take your questions from this moment. Meanwhile, like I said, I've written many books. Some of them are here. The CEO's Guide for Growing Big Businesses. The Entrepreneur will help you for business people. I have 360 Degrees Business Management. And one of my latest books is 14 Unbreakable Laws of Success. You will find today's discussion in this book. 14 Unbreakable Laws of Success. So you find it, and so you have to order your own copy. And then when somebody read this book, came to my office here and bought 7 copies. He's giving it to business leader. He was trying to explain to them how to run their businesses better. They didn't listen. So he ordered 7 copies of this and gave to them. So develop yourself, break the cycle of poverty, the cost of personal development, the cost of planning, develop success habits, develop hunger for more, the law of success, law of 120%. So there are 14 different laws in this book that will help you. So order it, read it, and share with your friends. No, not share with your friends. Buy for your friends. So I remain Coach Ifeanyi. I love you. It is time for question and answer.